just a simple man working on the land.
Hey guys, UrbanGothamPrepper here. So, decided real quick to just do this little run-through video on my prepping food stores. Don't really have the best technique for packing all this stuff. I'll show you my bag. This is what I keep my foodstuffs in for preparedness and if I need to get out. It is a little impractical. It's in a, it's pretty compact in this duffel bag, but to be honest with you, this thing weighs, it feels like it weighs a metric ton. It probably is genuinely somewhere between 20 and 25 pounds just of this food stuff. But I'm one of those people where I like to, every time I'm shopping, I'm always keeping an eye out for anything that goes along with my prepper mentality. If you'd seen, if you got a chance to watch through some of my philosophies of prepping videos, I mentioned there somewhere that, a good practice is every time you go out grocery shopping, if you're going to spend $100 at the grocery store, tack on another $5 and buy one or two items or something for your preparedness, whether it's for your house, whether it's what you're going to take with you, if you're going to bug out, whatever it is. So, without a whole lot of intention, I find, foodstuffs that kind of fit that bill. So I just wanted to go through it and just kind of show you what I have, and really also kind of hoping for feedback and get some ideas from people as to, what seemed like a good idea, what seemed ridiculous, etc. So this is all just kind of thrown in here. Obviously you can see right on top, I have decided to, I haven't actually tried them yet, but I got one of the sampler packs from Wise Foods. They're the prepared dehydrated meals. I wanted to stick with something that is just add water for essentially everything I have, to make cooking, and feeding myself easy regardless of whether I'm at home, on the run, bug out scenario, end of day scenario, whatever it is. I want the easiest food. So I got this, set. We don't have to go through them. There's basically they send you one of each flavor that they have. It was just a sampler set. I think there's 8 of them in here or something like that. So, teriyaki chicken, whatever. Basically just the sampler set, and they sent those. So I have those stuffed on top. Honestly, if you're really trying to pack stuff down small, it doesn't fit very well because they're pretty big. They're very flat, but they don't pack very easily. So I have a handful of those. Those are, for one person, that's a lot. They're basically designed for 2 people a person, but, you can get a lot of food out of them. Like I said, it's not necessarily any particular order, it's just kind of stuff I threw in. These packs are always great. Most of these are, different butter grits and, country bacon and regular ones, and there's a cream of wheat in here. Very easy, just throw it in a cup, add some boiling water, and you're good to go. Very good. I like to try and look at calorie counts too. When I'm looking at stuff with high calories and a lot of extra crap in it is actually good in a survival situation. So just threw those in there. These are just a box of Folgers instant coffee things. I'm a big coffee drinker, but it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's a luxury in terms of bug out and stuff like that. More of a comfort food. Because they were easy to pack, a box of the Lipton cup of soup things, just very compact, very easy to pack away. It's, another thing that I kind of look for when I'm buying stuff like that. Some things, this is something I just got recently, Fit and Active. They're basically like those Mio drinks, anything like that. And I got this idea from somebody else. It's been so long since I've ever done it, using water purification tablets, whether they're iodine or bleach based or something like that. But it does leave an aftertaste in the water if you're going to use those. So, you boil your water, either if you're not going to boil or you're just going to use those tabs, or it's going to leave an aftertaste or something like that. If you're used to drinking pure water out of the faucet or something that's filtered or bottled water, add a little taste to it and you're good to go. Kind of masks all that nonsense. These I do quite a bit. I do some cycling in the summer, so I was trying out these Goo energy gels. I actually don't know how either of these two taste. I got one of each of these, and I got a chocolate one, and the chocolate one was horrific. I spit it out while I was riding. But at 100 calories in this tiny little pack for emergency stuff, pretty good to go. And I've got some like miscellaneous stuff. I have like this bag. I'm not gonna tear it apart, but I have this bag that's just extra stuff, condiments, you know, that I collect over time. Tea bag, you know, some tea bags. Here and there, some jelly, some ketchups. Just, you know, it's pretty compact for this whole bag, just to have a little bit of extra stuff. Couple things, some beef bouillon, just stuff like that. Extras. This is, you know, taking a weight in room. I could probably cut down, but these are. Everybody's seen bouillon cubes for beef stock or chicken stock. These are actually garlic. It's gonna be really tough to see. I don't know if you can make that out. But this is garlic and this is onion. So this is like each one of these cubes is equivalent to an entire clove of garlic. And this one's supposed to be the taste of like a whole onion. It's basically flavored salt cubes, honestly. I mean, everybody knows what bouillon is. I threw them in there just because if I'm cooking, or if I'm going to try and actually cook something, add flavor, that might be a little excessive, but they're there. Another bag of just extra stuff. This is mostly drink stuff, instant coffee, and a bunch of different teas. You know, if anything, just to help cover the flavor of nasty water, even if it's safe to drink, it might not taste the best to drink. And just for something warming and a little comfort, something if, you know, things get that bad. These I got lucky enough to get. I got a number of packs of these. There's probably more floating around, but these are, it's peanut butter. But they're in little packages. They're like disposable packages, and each one has just over an ounce of peanut butter in it. And, you know, for 180 calories for one pack of peanut butter, I mean, it's like the miracle food. I love peanuts. I love peanut butter. But as opposed to taking a whole jar with you, that's just very impossible to pack. I don't even remember where I got these. I don't think I bought them at a store. I got these at a cycling event here in New York City, and these are one of the sponsors, the peanut butter company, that you can see. If I could find these in a store to buy, I would buy these all the time. They're great for just packing away. They fit so small. Great for trail food, high calorie, high protein, just great stuff. Okay, so just extra stuff. You know, like I said, everything is add water only. So this is, you know, like $1 a piece for these, you know, dehydrated potatoes, and at, let's see, almost 450 calories for just a bag of dehydrated potatoes. That's a good calorie intake for small price, small package, easy to make. I mean, it's boiling water, throw it in, and within 15 seconds you're good to go. So just good prepper food to have. And then I just, you know, as I shop, these are things that I eat normally on a regular basis anyway. These rice sides are great. There's just add water and boil. Throw it in a pot, add water, boil it, and that's it. And the flavor's pretty decent. They, you know, buffalo chicken and baby back barbecue and steak fajitas. You know, good flavors to have, you know, to spice things up a little bit on the, you know, on the trailer when things get really bad. I love pasta. Pasta is usually not a very efficient thing to eat, because even though they're dried and dehydrated and their shelf life is, you know, incredibly long, traditionally most forms of pasta, any kind that you're going to get, whether it's like spaghetti or ziti or anything like that, in the packaging there's a lot of airspace. They take up a lot of space for very little weight. So packability and compactness of a kit is very difficult with pasta. But this is what I found. Just found it in a store. They're stars. You can see how tiny these little things are. And obviously they sell pasta by the pound. I mean, that's anything is a pound. So you get a regular bag of ziti and it's like, you know, something like this big and like that thick or whatever. This is a tiny little compact thing. It's a 1 pound bag of pasta, and it's still the same volume. It's just, it's such a tiny little bag. So I got 2 of these bags. These could probably last me if I really stretch it out, I could probably get like 10 meals out of, 10 servings at least. This is 8 servings per container. But, you can get a lot. This goes a long, long way for such a tiny little packing space. They're great. And that's the only thing I use them for. Everybody has their meats, the cliche. Vienna sausages. Don't normally eat them, but high calorie, high protein for tiny little packable space and a ridiculously long shelf life. By December 2016, 2.5 years, I guarantee I could probably get 5 years at least, if not more, out of one of these things. So a couple of those, a couple of Vienna sausages. This is excessive, but I wanted to see how well it would pack. I got one of these cooked hams because it's in a tin. I mean, it'll pack. The thing will pack forever. This has a shelf life. This has a shelf life. I don't know if you can read that. If this thing has a 4-year shelf life, and everybody knows that the printed shelf life is, they're cover their own ass, like, you should have it in 4 years. As far as I'm concerned, you can at least double shelf life on things that are canned and tinned. You get 10 years out of this. I would be scared opening something after 10 years that had been sitting in a bag, but you get the point. This pile's getting big over here. A lot of the rest of the stuff is kind of meat based. Everybody has their opinions, but Spam. The only thing that sucks about this, and I'll show you my solution in a moment, is a whole can of Spam. I'm a big dude. I eat a lot when I eat normally. I'm kind of a fat bastard. Even a whole can of Spam is too much for me. And I'm the kind of guy who can pound down like a whole pizza pie on his own. And one whole can of Spam is pushing it. And the salt content alone is just way too much. So it's difficult if you're on your own and you're not going to eat the whole thing. You can't really repackage it unless you're bringing like bags with you. But I have those. And the alternative to that is something like Spam singles. They're pretty decent. 250 calories for something that's that small. In theory, like if you're really stretching it out and times are really tough, you could theoretically make a meal out of one of these. It's only 250 calories, but if anybody here eats Spam, there's a lot of people who love it and won't admit it. A lot of people who love it and will absolutely admit it. Regardless of if you've eaten Spam before, you know how it sits. So I'm willing to bet that one of these Spam singles with something else to snack on could make a pretty hefty meal for very little space for like 4 of them. Not bad. Let's see. I keep a bag of bags in here, whether it's for garbage for throwing out the wrappers or whatever it might be. I think it's just good to have extra bags on you. It's probably excessive. They're just shopping bags from the grocery store, and I just compact them and throw them in a corner, but whatever. As far as meats, I think this concept, starting with the Spams, of the zip-off pouches, I think is a genius idea. The packaging to material ratio is so very small. They're great for throwing in bags. They're not going to break. If you bend them a little bit, they'll be okay. So I like those things. So here's what I do. Tuna, salmon, and more tuna. These things are great. It's high protein. It's fish. You get the fish oils out of them. You get the omegas. It's only 70 calories, but it's good for you. It's tasty. You can add a lot to it. So, to have this kind of stack, I mean, just having these alone, if I were to just pack this in an emergency kit, that alone could get me through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I could skimp by on 2 of these a day. That's 5 days worth of food for me right there. Just in this. If you're really, really trying to stretch it and you're on like an emergency, true emergency. In, the palm of my hand, you could throw that in a backpack very easily. Obviously what I have is quite excessive, but you can get away with just this stuff. I think that's pretty great. And they usually don't cost that much, $1.50 a piece or something like that for a lot of these. It's a just great supplement to an emergency kit. getting to the end here, I do throw in a bottle of CVS Favorites, just a generic multivite. For how little space they take up and how simple they are to carry, just like if they, if it is like an end of days, or you really are bugging out for all eternity, like I'm preparing for it in a I'm never coming home bag. 61 a days, and you're not, and even if you don't take them once a day, but even just to add a little extra supplement nutritionally, it's not the calorie intake, don't get me wrong, I understand that, but to add a couple of the extra vitamins you're probably not going to get by having your well-rounded meals that you cook for yourself and your family on a regular basis. I think having multivites can be very beneficial, and for how small they pack, they're pretty good. I don't even take them regularly on a daily basis myself, but in an emergency, I think they're a good supplement. Keyword being supplement, not replacement, but a supplement. And since we're on the word replacement, my favorite, and I eat these all the time just because I love them, are, that's the end of the bag, by the way, these Metrix bars. They're Metrix Colossal Big 100 bars. There's two flavors that I absolutely love them. These things, it's not like, oh, they taste good for a Metrix bar. I really genuinely love the taste, and I'm addicted to these things. So the two I like are the Super Cookie Crunch. This one's like, I swear it's like a chocolate cake. It has, I mean, when you open it up, the thing has like icing on the top, and it's got like dipped in chocolate on the bottom. It's fantastic. And the other one is the crispy apple pie. Oh, so tasty. And I'm not just like saying that, I'm kind of picky, and like normally you'd think like, oh, candy bars taste good. This is like designed for people who work out and have like an excessively detailed eating regimen for, weightlifting and stuff like that, and which they should, because I'll show you something. This bar weighs in at, doesn't even have the weight on it. This bar weighs in at 3.52 ounces. It's exactly 100 grams. It's a pretty big bar. I mean, it's thick. It's a pretty big bar. You can see, that's inside the packaging there. But here's the kicker. This is why I love these things, and this is why they're great for emergency situations. I don't know, see if you can see that. Might not be able to read on the camera. Each bar is 400 calories. There's a reason why they call this a meal replacement bar. It really is. I have genuinely, like, just normal days of, like, I don't feel like going out and actually eating something. This can carry me over from, like, a late breakfast until mid-afternoon. If I work during the days, I work 8 to 4. If I start munching on one of these things slowly between 8 and 9 or pushing 10 o'clock and eat bit by bit, I can hold myself over till I get out of work and wait till I get home to cook. Even if you're just looking for financial savings in your daily life, these things you can buy them in bulk at like CVS for, they think they run up to like $2.50 a piece. Awesome. Get these things, and they come in like 4 or 5 other flavors. You can order them online by the box. Like they come in a box like 12 or something like that. And on top of being 400 calories a piece, they list all the different vitamins, minerals, and everything, and obviously your daily percentages. But everything from, there's nothing on here that gives you less than like maybe 25 to 30% of your daily value, your percentage daily value of like all of the things your body needs. This, knowing myself and knowing what I'm capable of food-wise and how far I can push myself, I have only 5 of these bars here. And I guarantee you that I could survive. Not like, eat well, but like I could survive, genuinely survive, and keep my body alive and functioning without like losing brain power and going hypoglycemic and keeling over. I could probably get 7 or 8 days out of what's in my hand here if I really, really, really push myself. It's a stretch, I know, but, thinking of the worst case scenario, these things are great. The chocolate ones do melt if you get them too hot, though. A little bit. The outsides get gooey, but it's not a chocolate bar like a chocolate candy bar is. Just so you know. So that's it. That's my my food kit. I really hope somebody, a handful of you guys post some comments on like what you think I have. If I'm missing anything that seems like an obvious, like great prepper food to have. I just think this is a good start, and most of this stuff is all extras. I didn't go out and and buy every single one of those things at one clip. I do this, and this is my suggestion to you guys, and I hope it works. Is like I said, every time you go food shopping, drop an extra $4, $5, maybe $6 on your food bill. If you're a coupon, if you clip coupons or something like that, and you want to, on $100 bill you save 10 or 15%. Well, if you just save those $15, put that $15 back in and invest it in yourself and invest in your preparedness. And even if it's not this kind of stuff, or taking with you in a bug out bag to get the hell out and never have anything else again until you have to start hunting. Even if it's just stocking your cupboards with a little bit extra, a couple cans of soup, an extra bag of flour, just little things here and there that you can tack on. So this is my grab this heavy ass bag and get the hell out kind of bag. So thanks for spending the time watching, and maybe you got something out of it. That'd be great. Leave some comments, subscribe, and stay safe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.